All right, so today we have some Apple devices. And yeah, we're going to be doing more than just Apple devices today. But today I wanted to just do a little update and look at all of the major electronics in my life and see how they're all doing. Well, I know how they're all doing, but you guys need to know. So, let's get started with what's on this table, shall we? Basically, we got a bunch of the Apple collection here. I didn't want to set the full thing back up just because, I didn't feel like it. So I got the laptops and the mobile devices here that are important to me. And bonus item, I've got the Apple TV as well because, that thing's just sitting around. But basically, I had a bunch of these just sitting around in drawers or under my bed. And I was like, you know what? This is doing no good. Let's set them all up. Let's have them on display so where I can appreciate them again. So I did. I set them all up, and here they are. So yeah, let's get started. First of all, turn on the power, and that'll immediately get things going there. You can see stuff's booting up. Surprised that didn't turn on. And let's hit some power buttons. You could hear that one. And they're all on, except for the MacBook Air. Why aren't you on? What are you doing? Come on. Hello? Well, oh, there it is. Okay, I was wondering. I was like, what is going on here? But there we go. What is happening? Oh, I know why. It's because this has a bad battery in it. So it's just loading the state that it was in, I think. That's fine. Cool. But yeah, you can see it here. All the devices are turning on. Oh, you need to be selected. Boom. There we go. Stuff's starting to boot up. And we're looking real good. And if we come along to here, we can see a bunch of the mobile devices all kind of existing. I found the gray iPod Shuffle, so that's part of the collection now instead of the pink one because it looks better. And yeah, I've never used this thing, so that's cool. Anyways, next up we got the iPod Nano here, just kind of chilling. And again, I don't use this thing ever, but that's okay, because I just kind of got it for the collection and it's just been chilling and hanging out. On to our first device that actually gets used. It's the iPod Classic, the 6th Gen one. And it does actually get used. I don't think I can go to the menu while it's plugged in. I cannot. And I actually do use it for music sometimes, or, just playing around with it. I'll watch a movie on it just to remember old times' sake, because I used to watch movies on my mom's iPod, so kind of a fun memory. Next up, we have the iPod Touch here, which is indeed chilling out. So you can see it has some battery and, well, low battery. Yeah, we know. And yeah, it just kind of exists and looks nice. It's just been sitting in a drawer as well. Then we have the first generation iPhone 2G. This one does get used occasionally as well. More just to keep it healthy than anything, and I don't really have a purpose for it, but yeah, it gets used some just to keep it alive. It has this issue where it will, while it's charging, it will boot loop a bunch, and then it'll finally, turn itself on. So a couple of the iPhone turn on noises you heard were probably this thing, turning on and then turning back off. So it is what it is. And then we have our first gen iPad, which does get used, actually not an insignificant amount. And that's because this one has a bunch of old games on it, like Madden 11 and Traffic Rush and Free Cell, and some cool stuff. Got Risk, Overkill, Monopoly, just a bunch of old iOS games that you can't get anymore. So I thought that was cool to have. And yeah, it actually does get used, so that's pretty cool. And now let's move on to the laptops. First off, the MacBook Pro, the 2007 MacBook Pro, it still exists, and it actually gets used the most out of all the old laptops because it has the capability to play Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 in decent quality. It's still a bit laggy, as I showed you with my Roller Coaster Tycoon video. but it also has the nicest display out of all of them. The display still looks pretty good, and actually, like, the viewing angles and stuff aren't horrible. More on that in a second. But, yeah, it's here, and it's fun to use. Speaking of bad viewing angles, this one is real bad, especially from over top. You can't see anything compared to this one where you still can. I don't really like using this one. Honestly, it gets hot and it's, you know, it's slower than that one. And, you know, sure, it looks cool with the red Apple logo, but other than that, it's pretty bad quality. And yeah, I don't like that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But honestly, I do wish that this thing was in better condition because I bet I would like it more, but this one is not. Moving on to the MacBook Air, the first generation one, the original one, and this one is the very original one. First year with the iPod drive in it, which is so cool to me, even though it's so slow. Yeah, it's great. I actually really like it. I just wish I had a battery for it, which I keep procrastinating and putting it off. But that's all right. I'll get a battery one of these days, and it will be usable. Because right now it is just charger bound, as you can see. And then we move on to the MacBook, the newest MacBook compared to the oldest MacBook. And yeah, this one is actually used quite a bit too, because I've been doing a couple games, and this one usually, as you can see down there, is my guidebook or my, you know, look stuff up machine, because that's pretty much what it's good for. And yeah, it's pretty good at that. And last but not least, on this floor, we got the Apple TV, which I still have yet to turn on and will not be turning on because I don't care and I don't have a remote for it. I don't even know what a remote for these things look like, but you know, it's here and it actually looks pretty cool. So I have it here. Anyways, let's move on. Alrighty, it's a little messy, but you can see here the 2007 iMac is doing good as well. It doesn't really get used, honestly. As much as I like this thing, it doesn't really get used because I don't have any use for it. Because every time I want to do anything and look at an iMac, I use the iMac Pro, which we will talk about in a second. But next to it, we have this computer, which is that guy. That's my mom's computer. And it just got a memory upgrade, actually, back up to 16 gigs of RAM, because if you remember from the cheapest PC build that I've done, that previous video, then you'll know that I took the RAM from that computer to put in that other computer to upgrade it. And this one had 8 gigs of RAM for a while until I stumbled upon 8 more gigs of RAM for free. So, cool. Anyways, yeah, let's move on to the other devices. All right, and now we have the room devices, which are the big majority of them. And first of all, we have this Sony Trinitron, which, as you can see, is being used right now. And hold on, we can do this. Wait, is it that? Yeah, it is that button. All right, cool. And we will let it load, because why not? And we will come back to it in a second. But you can see here, it is being used to play the PS2 games. And it does get used quite a bit nowadays. It's pretty much what I play games on at this moment, because it is new stimuli. And yeah, I actually love playing on a CRT. But yeah, I haven't been playing Gran Turismo 4, but Gran Turismo 4 looks good. And yeah, I actually really like this TV a lot. And it's like perfect, because I'll bring that chair over here and I'll be pretty much at this view with it. So it looks really nice. And yeah, it could use some adjusting, because I did put 240p test suite on there. And it could use work, like a lot of work. But it's okay, because it looks good here. Anyways, moving on, the Wii, you can see that actually gets used a fair amount too on this CRT, which is better looking, honestly. You can read text on it a lot clearer, it's a lot brighter and more colorful. But I like the Trinitron better, because it's not 9 inches, it's not super small, it's 13 inches, which I mean isn't that big. But compared, just side by side, you can see which one I'd rather be using. But yeah, I like this thing a lot too. It's actually pretty cool. And yeah, I'm loving it, honestly. Yeah, and you can see above it the 3rd gen iPod, which actually has been getting a fair amount of use recently as a music player. Who would have guessed? And this Bose thing sounds pretty good. I actually really like the way it sounds. I would play it, but I don't have any copyright-free music on the iPod. So you'll just have to take my word for it. It sounds good. Trust me. I wouldn't lie about that. But yep, this corner's been getting used quite a bit. Now, you can see down here, you got the Mac Pro, which has been used previously a lot to burn discs. And that's about it, because it doesn't have any other uses. And yeah, but it was really good at burning discs and stuff, and yeah, it was cool. So, it's still existing, just don't use it much. Speaking of not using much, let's talk about this desk. And specifically the Mac Mini, which never gets used. Because it's always just like, I have the Mac Pro, why would I not just use that? Because they're both hooked up to the same monitor, and it just, you know, the Mac Pro's cooler, so I use it. Coming right along, though, to another device which doesn't get used much anymore, and that is my gaming PC, which I spent so much money on to not use. But it's okay, because I have it, and I do still use it occasionally. It's just, I've been on a bit of a, what's the word? I guess a dry spell from gaming on this computer. So it's just kind of been sitting here idly while I play on those systems over there. But it's still kicking, still performing great. I just wish I had an AMD instead of a 14900 KF. Because I didn't know when I bought it that they're ticking time bombs, and yeah, I'm very sad about it now. But you can see cool wallpaper, and yeah, it gets used, and I recently added a little model of Chicago there, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, let's move on. You can see on the TV here, we've got the Wii U, which you saw the gamepad over there probably, and the Xbox. And those both get used, well, the Wii U doesn't get used too much. The Xbox gets used pretty much every day for the nighttime media player. But on the screen right now is the Switch 2, which is awesome. I've been loving the Switch 2. Apart from YouTube and Portal 2 not working, it's been awesome, and I've loved it. And as you can see, it looks real good and performs real good, even though I record in 30 FPS, so you can't see it. It's okay, because it performs great. Take my word for it, again. But yeah, I'm loving the Switch 2. It's actually been really great, and I don't even have a Switch 1 anymore. I sold it just because I was like, this does everything, so I don't care about the Switch 1. Yeah. Anyways, moving right along, we got my favorite device, the iMac Pro, which, man, I still love it. It's awesome. And yeah, I use it constantly too. I'm editing this video on it, in fact, and it edits pretty much all of my other videos. But when it doesn't get a video to edit, the MacBook Pro does, the one with the M1 chip in it. And this thing is a beast. I love it. And it took me all the way through college single-handedly, and it is wonderful. Very power efficient, good battery, very quiet, and very powerful. Still to this day, the M1 chip is great. And I love it. These guys haven't been as bad as I thought, combined. Individually, it's a different story, because this guy, definitely not as bad as I thought. In fact, it's pretty cool, and I like it. Bad. That thing's awful to use. I hate it, but I'm going to keep using it because of the vibes. Because, you know, matching peripherals and stuff, and this is a vibe corner. If I want good peripherals, I'll go over there. But, yeah, good stuff there. And now we will move on to minor devices. Well, not minor devices, actually, because you still have this guy, which is my iPad Pro that I just recently got. It is killing it. I love this thing, actually. I use it every single day, and it is great. As you can see, nice screen still, and I put a cheap little case on it. This case was less than $10, and it's a nice foldable case. And I was specifically looking for one case that didn't have an Apple Pencil holder on the top of it, because although I do have an Apple Pencil in here, if I can find it, is this it, or is this? Yeah, this is it. I do have an Apple Pencil Pro, which came free with the iPad. I don't use it. I really don't. So I didn't want a case that had an Apple Pencil holder because I knew I wouldn't use it much. I just wanted the Apple Pencil because it was between an Apple Pencil or AirPods, which as you can see, I have 2 sets of. And then I have the Maxes over there, so I didn't really need that. But you can see them there, AirPods, which those are existing, I guess. And then you have the DSs, which the DSs, they sure do exist. I don't need that open anymore. They sure do exist, and I do use them somewhat because I like to play Platinum on this guy because for some reason the DSi just looks a lot crisper than the 3DSs do. And I would guess that's due to the resolution plus the aspect ratio of the screen, the top screen specifically. And yeah, it just tends to look better. But I play Tomodachi Life, so I have to have one of these, and I love Tomodachi Life. I cannot wait for Tomodachi Life on the Switch. That's going to be so awesome. But anyways, yeah, that's really cool stuff. And then lastly, but not least, we come to these guys. The PS3 and the Xbox 360, which I bet you didn't even know were here. But they are, and they run well. I've been playing some Gran Turismo 5 on this guy because it's fun, and that was my childhood game. And that's my childhood Xbox 360, the first Xbox I ever got, because I was an Xbox kid. And yeah, they both run great. They do what they're supposed to, and I don't use them too much anymore, but they're still wonderful to use. And yeah, oh wait, no, that doesn't wrap it up actually, because we have this to go through. Hold on. Yep. First of all, these are all the mobile devices. Very many of them don't even get used at all. One that does get used is this guy. I use this frequently just to mess around with and just know what it was like back when this was a thing too. You know, I do like my same year devices for some reason, so I will mess with that from time to time. Another one I'll mess with from time to time is this one, which is not charged right now. It was charged the other day, but it's not charged now. And it is my original iPod Touch, my first Apple device, and I do play around with it occasionally. Although all the stuff I have on here, I have on other devices, except for Minecraft Pocket Edition. like the good one, not Bedrock. So yeah, that thing's still pretty cool. Next up, we have my Android device, the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge, which doesn't get used, like, at all, because it's awful. This is actually my second S7 Edge I've had. I broke my first one and got a warranty claim and got this one, and it became garbage in the first 6 months. And I really liked my old S7 Edge, too, as a thing. I really like that device, but that one is not good. Yeah, so, unfortunate. This is my sister's old phone. It's an iPhone 7, and she didn't use it anymore, so I just kind of took it. I don't think I've even turned this on since I've got it. I just kind of here, because it has her stuff on it, so I don't care. Kind of the same deal with this guy. This is her old iPod Touch with the lanyard connector on it, which is actually a pretty cool feature. Yeah, same deal there. Don't really turn it on. This guy is the free iPhone 5C that I got. I got it from a repair shop, and they're like, yeah, anything 6 and back we don't really touch, so you can just have it if you want it. And I'm like, cool, I'll take it. They gave it to me, and yeah, pretty cool stuff there. I still got it, and I used it the other day just to make sure it's still working, and that's about it. Next up, we have the iPhone 3GS, which... again, I turned it on the other day to make sure it still worked, and that's pretty much it. And then we have this, the iPhone 8 Plus, which, yeah, this is a new one I haven't shown you, but it's pretty boring, so I haven't shown you. It gets used when I need a Bluetooth speaker connection point. I use it when I go golfing, because I've recently gotten into golf, so pretty cool stuff. And that's all of them. But wait, there's one more device. The best device of them all. It's not even close. Oh wait, 2 more devices, actually. Just kidding. I have this. This is a Samsung Gear, or, yeah, is it right? Yeah, it's a Samsung Gear S2, you can see there. I used to have this watch when I had my Galaxy as my main phone, and it's actually a pretty cool watch, and I actually kind of miss it. I really do miss it, because it had a really cool wallpaper and all that. Maybe I'll plug it in and see if it still works later. But now, for the best device of them all, the final one, it's this. Broken NVIDIA Quadro something. I don't know what this even is. What Quadro it is. Oh wait, it says it. Boom. K600. And it's broken. The display port doesn't work. I don't think the DVI port works. I think the whole thing's busted, but it was given to me, and it was like $10, so cool. It lives in my drawers decoration, as you can see. And, yeah. That's the last one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because I love reading the comments. And, of course, I shall see you guys later. Goodbye!